If you've been following the Meeple Witch Cafe channel for a while, particularly the Let's Build a Game segments, you know that we did a 3-episode series on making cards. You can't just have loose cards lying around all over the place though. That's why this time we're making Tuckboxes for cards. If you want to do a lot of geometry and freehand or computer-aided drawing, you can design your own Tuckbox. If you're not a masochist, you can do what I'm doing and use Tuckbox generators from the internet. Links will be in the description. Before we go any further though, we have to make sure that the terms we use are consistent. Our successful use of online box generators to create top-loading Tuckboxes depends on it. In general, we use the word length to refer to the long edge of a playing card and width to refer to the short edge. But for 3-dimensional purposes, we will refer to length and width as the dimensions of the bottom face or base of the Tuckbox. Length, therefore, will be the short edge of your cards, width is the thickness of your deck, and height will be the long edge of your cards. I found a couple of free demo decks for a card game called Flesh and Blood. We'll be making our sample card boxes for these demo decks. I measured their dimensions, and the deck has a length of 32 millimeters, width of 11 millimeters, and a height of 62 millimeters. When making these boxes, I'll pad the numbers with an extra millimeter each. We'll start with the Super Deluxe Tuckbox generator by Forbes. Despite the name, it seems a little bare bones. The user interface is easy to use though, and if you type a title into the generator, it generates a double-sided PDF, which is nice. You can also choose either the sealed, glued bottom or a tuck flap. The horizontal Tuckbox template generator from Flash 42 can be made to generate a vertical Tuckbox if you put in the measurements the right way. It has a simple initial interface and lets you format the text on the box with HTML tags. There's a big downside with using this one though. It only outfits SGV files. If you want to convert it into any other format, there's a whole lot of rigmarole you have to go through. Not very helpful for novices. Andy Lay's Tuckbox generator has an easy-to-use interface. Like the Forbes and Flash 42, you can type a title for your deck. It also lets you upload images for your box. I just made some simple text labels to test out. You can probably get as elaborate as you want, but to avoid stretching and warping, make sure that your images have the same aspect ratio as your deck measurements. SumpFork's Tuckbox generator is super simple. Length, width, height, and that's all. You can customize your box with custom images, as with Andy Lay's generator. Lastly, we have the generator from TemplateMaker.nl. You can't put any text or images on your box, but it lets you output to a multitude of formats, including for Cricut. The website also offers templates for a multitude of other papercraft boxes and envelopes, some quite elaborate. Now that we've got our templates, we can print them out and assemble them. We'll be using 65-pound cardstock for this project. The box is cut out easily enough with scissors, but you could also use an X-Acto knife. For best results with folding, you want to score the edges of your pattern with the blade of your scissors or an X-Acto knife. Make sure that you score the outside face of the cardstock. The Forbes Tuckbox didn't join its gluable side exactly right. The text on that side looks off-center as a result. The final product was a very snug fit. This was a common theme for all the boxes. This might have been my clumsy assembly though. I could always pad the length and width a little more to compensate, especially the length. Andy Lay's template generator did a nice job with the graphics. Text titles, on the other hand, weren't great. The construction was easy enough, but the fit was quite snug. SumpFork's generator ended up deforming the images, but this is the result of my files not matching the orientation of the template. I think this one should have been called the horizontal generator. The cards fit nicely in the box though, so I have no complaints. Speaking of the horizontal Tuckbox generator, the result was terrible. I had to print it directly from the web since I didn't have the professional-grade image editing programs required to turn it into a PDF file. The dimensions were off, particularly the height, and the cards didn't even fit. This one seems to be more trouble than it's worth. Lastly, TemplateMaker.nl produces a serviceable Tuckbox. It was the tightest fit of all, so make sure that you pad your length and width to make sure your cards will fit. Mine threatened to split the edge of the box. Compared to the other boxes though, it seems a little plain. Very fancy tabs though. And there you have it. There are other Tuckbox generators out there, of course. This was just a sampling. Choose the one that's best for you. Don't forget, if you like what you see, subscribe to the Meeple Witch Cafe YouTube channel. Like this video if you found it informative, and ring the bell to be notified when more just like it are uploaded. More importantly, don't forget to live your life the Meeple Witch way. Dine in and game on.